fit are unfit, they probably get a replacement for the ones that are unfit. Or what is your take on that?
Oh, absolutely, we must take professional precautions in matters like this. I mean, we need the entertainment, we need the action of boxing, but we do not want to record casualties. And I think, like Trigo said, better for you to do your medicals much more earlier so that you can determine those who are fit and those who are not fit to come onto the ring. Then you'll be able to know how you are going to place the cards for the day.
That's right, Trigo, do you have something to say, Kunal? But let's look at what is happening in the ring right now. The guy in the red corner is showing so much promise. I can see so much combination coming from this young man. I feel he has what it takes to go victorious if he can just continue what he's doing right now.
Well, that's Kudus Adeleke in the 52-kilogram category in Lagos State. This Adeleke, representing Lagolu Boxing Club, well, is recognized as the kingpin of that division in the absence of Taiwo Agbaje. Taiwo Agbaje conventionally is a flyweight, but he has invaded the bantamweight division and conquered whoever he has seen there, including Kudus. So Taiwo Agbaje is the only stumbling block. Otherwise, is the top 52-kilogram kingpin in Lagos State. Well, so I'm not surprised at all at what is happening.
Well, if you look at what is happening right now, Fred, I feel the man in the red corner is really showing total dominance here because the pace of his hands, the fanciful footwork, and the way he's like evading punches, it shows that he has what it takes to do what he's doing here.
He's actually going for the kill, but I also think that Abdullahi on blue is having a little bit of problem with his shoes. The footworks are not going too well. You can see that he's getting it slippery, and so he's not getting his balance. I think these are some of the technical problems we have to be looking at for. So it's not giving the man much confidence, and it's not allowing him to move the way he should move. That is not to say that Kudus is not showing some masterly form.
Well, if you look at the way this young man in red is doing now, is getting this job done here, I feel no matter what the man in blue does, he's going to get whipped here. Or what is your take?
Well, you can't say boxers have shocked me a lot of times. You'll find a boxer having absolute control of a fight only to lose it in the next moment. We have said a lot about Kudus. That is the top, candidate in the 52-kilogram class. But as it is now, you see him dominating. But don't be surprised. He may not be in good fighting shape so that after the first round, he could go to sleep. These are things that have happened. Has he picked at the right moment for this particular fight? If he has not, don't be surprised. He's going to let us down.
Let's see the way it goes at the end of the first round of the 52 kg contest between Kudus Adeleke of Lagelu Boxing Club and Balogo Abdullahi of Brates Boxing Club. We're back with the second round. Don't you touch that down. Look at what is happening here at Trigo today. Apart from Musidi, Kolawole, and what's it called? One other boxer in the red corner. We've seen total dominance coming from the guys in the blue corner here.
Yeah, this time it is the other way around. The last time it was the red corner that dominated wholesale. But looks like the blues are about turning the tables. And let's see if they can carry it to the end.
Well, if you look at the pace, these two guys are coming at each other in this second round, Fred. I think the man in the blue corner is trying to lay a marker here. It just can't just be trampled over by Kudus Adeleke.
You will notice that Abdullahi has changed his boxing shoes, and so he's a bit more balanced now and walking the rings with much more confidence in this round. Of course, Kudus has masterly form. But I'm sure that Abdullahi is in a better position now to give him the fight, and that is exactly what we're seeing now.
Can Abdullahi really give him the fight? He just evaded one there, a good one there coming from Kudus. And Kudus is take his time there. I think he's good trying to get a killer punch here, but these two guys, if you look at the weight category, do you think they have what it takes to land a killer punch here and make us have a early night?
I don't see an early ending to this fight because none of them has shown that propensity to land a killer punch. I haven't seen it, and I don't see it coming. I don't see it coming. The only thing I see is that, one may wear the other one out. It's a contest of attrition. The fitter man may wear the other man out. That's the only way it can end.
I must say that the man in blue, that's Balogun Abdullahi, is only coming out really strong in this second round. And Kudus Adeleke right now is having his hand full. A great right there coming from the man in blue, Balogun, and the man is really like to do like the Balogun of a hold. I'm talking about old Yoruba, traditional rulers and the rest of them who used to like usurp, so had so much power back in the days.
Well, that's boxing for you. And when you talk about the Baloguns, I think that they are commanders, so to speak. And I do not know if we really have any of the commanders right here, right now. I think that when we get into the final round, we'll be able to determine who actually can be a commander here.
But then, Kudus is not letting go of his man. Kudus is really trying to like impose himself on his opponent, and he's been held there.
Well, we can see exchanges, untidy exchanges. But this time, you can see Balogun has really fought himself boldly into the picture. It's no longer the man who was in as if the other man wanted to have him for dinner. He's a different fighter altogether.
Well, if you look at the ages of these two guys in the ring right now, I think it's a very commendable thing because these are two young boxers, and I feel they have age on their side. They have what it takes, to remain, as boxing champions in years to come.
I think that they have age on their side, and they have some great future if properly groomed.
Wow, that was a big one. Ferocious points they are coming from the man in blue.
Yeah, that's the way you see them. And then after some time, they go back. They fizzle out. That's what they always show.
I don't think these two guys are going to fizzle out because they're coming out really strong here. It's as if they actually saved the best for last.
Well, I think that both boxers are showing some capacity to receive punches and also to dish out punches. I do not see any of them dropping down for the other. And so I think we're going to see some action to the very last moment when the bell will ring.
Well, let's look at the fitness level of these two guys. If they can still stand in the ring, this is the third round, and they're really dishing out to each other like this. What can you say about the fitness level?
Comparatively, I think the fitness level is a lot higher than some of the bouts that we have seen. Because if by this time in the third round, they are still changing, punches at a very torrid pace, then it means they are a lot fitter than some of their counterparts.
That's right. When you're at this level, you're still extending fierce punches. It shows that these two guys have what it takes. And like Fred said a couple of minutes ago, Hedge is still on their side. This is the right time to announce them. This is the right time to get the best out of them. And we just hope that in 5 years, 6 years, 10 years to come, they will step up to the professional level and do something for Nigeria. Because Nigerians can't wait to have another champion, step into the shoes of Samuel Peter, the man that we saw that fizzled out in a very little while.
Well, I think that's exactly why we're having a program like this where boxers come out every month and they do some fighting and then they learn from their mistakes and they get taught, what to do next, and they have opportunity the next month to correct their impression. And you can see that there's a little bit of carelessness here for both boxers. But again, what they are showing is the capacity to go on and on. And
I must say here, I must cut you short here, Fred, because I can see that the man in the red corner is actually tiring out.
The fight has changed. It's a different picture we are seeing right now from what we saw in the opening round. Right now, it is the man in the red is on the receiving end. The fight has changed.
Well, the tone of the fight has actually changed, and the man in red, Kudus Adeleke, is being cautioned by the referee there. And I must say that Balogun Abdullahi is really coming up really strong into this fight. He's really showing that he's not a man that can just be trampled upon. I just hope he has what it takes to go away victorious in this fight. But you never can tell. Like we said a couple of minutes ago, never say never in sports.
Of course, never say never. Of course, it's like I said, I don't see any of them giving up right now. Abdullahi on blue seems to have a lot of advantage right now because don't know if Kudus is trying to protect some points he made in the first round, but I think that he's really in some kind of little trouble right now.
Well, little trouble or big trouble, only time will tell. But from what I'm seeing right now, I must say, gentlemen, that it's going to be a very close call, even for the judges here to score this fight.
That's the way I see it.
And that's the end of the fight, ladies and gentlemen. End of the 52 kg contest between Kudus Adeleke and Balogun Abdullahi. Let's go to the judges, and we're back with the scorecard. Don't you go away. I said it first.
But I told you that
I said it first.
I told you that his shoes was disturbing him.
We're still here at the ringside of the Mbolaji Johnson Sports Complex, and what we're about to witness now is the last bout of the evening. It's a 60 kg contest between Sulaiman Adeyeri of Tumise Boxing Club going up against Abdullahi Taufik of Diamond Boxing Club. Tumise Boxing Club going up against Diamond Boxing Club. Trigo, 60 kg contest, and I think there's a third big fight we are seeing this evening, and it's really started on a ferocious pace, Trigo.
Well, I don't know what you mean by the big fight. Maybe a big fight in the sense that we're having one of them who is giant tall, heavyweight tall, but lanky bean pole. I think it's about the tallest man we've seen tonight. That's the person of Abdullahi Taufik, who is taking on Sulaiman Adeyemi of Tumise. He is donning the vest bearing Ikorodu Oga. That's to tell us that he comes all the way from Ikorodu. Yes, the fight is just beginning, and we saw the taller man staggering all over the ring, but let's see what he has to offer. It's a little too early to predict now.
Yeah, too early to call, if you ask me. Really too early to call, but I can see that the man in the red corner is really showing so much promise. He's going after his opponent in every way he can, and the man in the blue corner, I just hope that he can really, impose himself here, because he has a height advantage, he has a reach advantage, although he's a little bit lanky, but then I feel he has what it takes to really get the job done if he can just make use of his jabs very well, effectively.
Yes, if he can do that. But one thing I want to remind our fans here, people talk about size in terms of height and reach. The boxing tells you, boxing philosophy is that if you are good and you have the size advantage, it's an asset. But if you are not good and you have the height, it becomes a problem to you, because those things, instead of being assets, they turn out to be liabilities. You have too much body to be beaten, and that is why we have to watch out to see what the taller man has to offer. If he's good, fine, he's going to make advantage of this, take advantage of this tremendous height and reach advantage that he has. But if it's not good, I'm afraid he's going to be in for a good beating.
I must say that the composure and the confidence coming, emanating from the man in red is really contagious, and the man is showing that he has what it takes here to really go all the way, and his willpower, his confidence, his pace, his energy on the great right there coming from the man in blue. Another good left there coming from the man in blue, and I must say that the man in blue is trying to impose himself here, Trigo. So that is what I like to call a checker. We just saw a checker there.
Yeah, like you said at the beginning, the shorter man didn't give any hint that he was scared, he was terrified by the height of the man he's facing, until he just ran into some two careless punches. But then it's back again. It's back again. All he needs to do is to get in close, get the fight in close, and then do what he has to do.
Well, I feel if the man in red really wants to go ahead and win this fight, he has to go the way of Otto Joseph, a man that we've seen here fight so many top boxers, so many big boxers than he is, and he still goes ahead and dominate them, all because he fights on the inside. All
he needs to do is to plow his way inside and render all those long punches useless.
But then if the man doesn't allow him to continue to make use of his jab like he's doing right now, I think it's going to find it very difficult. I'm talking about Sulaiman Adeyeri to really fight this man on the inside, because the man in blue is trying to keep him at bay with his jab.
That is just what he's trying to do.
Another good drive there coming from the man in blue.
Yeah. Gradually, he's taking over control. Well, it's still a little too early. We are still in the first round. Yeah, let's see what happens at the end of this first round. We should be able to say one or two things.
Talking about the makeup of what we've seen here today, ladies and gentlemen, I must say that Lagos State Amateur Boxing Association actually kept the best for last, because I can see that there's so much excitement now coming from the few fans that are still out here in the hall.
I agree with you.
Let's see the way it goes. It's still a Ding Dong affair. First round of the 60 kg contest between Sulaiman Adeyeri of Tumise Boxing Club and Abdullahi Taufik of Diamond Boxing Club. That's the end of the first round. Right now, I must say that the man in red is trying to do what he did in the first round, but I just hope that the man in blue can really come out and perform something here, let his height advantage count, his reach advantage count. But the man in red is not really letting go of anything. He's showing that is it wrestling we are seeing right now, or judo, or we're still watching the boxing action?
Well, that was an untidy moment where the two of them got into entanglement, and then the both went down. Rather untidy, but I think it was not intentional. It was just one of those things.
I want to believe that fatigue is already setting in here.
No, fatigue is not the point right now. I think the shorter man is beginning to read the script. All he needs to do is to stay in close so that those long hands of Taufik will be rendered useless. For as long as he allows him to stay at a distance, he's going to be eating those long jabs. So all he needs to do is to come in close, because the other guy does not know how to convert those jabs into hooks. So he needs to come in close.
Well, he needs to come in close, and I think that's what he's trying to do right now. But if you look at the corner, well, he's chasing his man all around the place again like he did in the first round. And I must say that the man in red is really good, despite the fact that he's fighting a man who's much more taller with a better reach advantage than he does.
He knows what to do, only that maybe his reflexes, really not allowing him to do what he wants to do. He has the idea, but how to carry out the idea, this is where he needs his corner to tell him what to do and how to go about it.
But like I always say, you can't give what you don't have. If the corner, know what they are supposed to tell this young man, that is when he's going to come out and do what he's supposed to do in the ring. Because the reflection of what you do in the ring is what you are told out there before you step into the ring. And up to this moment, I must say that the man in red now is trying to clinch. He's trying to clinch. Am I saying fatigue setting in here? He's been cautioned by the referee there. Apparently the referee saw the same thing as well.
Yeah, I think fatigue also has something to do with it. Fatigue to some extent. To some extent.
Second round, 60 kg contest, last fight of the evening. Sulaiman Adeyeri of Tumise Boxing Club going up against Taufik Abdullahi of Diamond Boxing Club. And both guys here, they are still giving it to each other, dishing it out like the way we love to see amateur boxing. And I must say that this is a very good climax, to the end of the 30th edition of Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame Championship.
I think it is. It is one fight that gives the experts, gives them the full picture of what boxing is all about. And you can see the shorter man is boring in and is giving the other man a whole lot of problems. Although not all the punches are accurately delivered. But the closer he gets in, the more he turns those long punches, useless.
Well, this man is really going the way of Joseph Otto, because that is one man I would love to call a brawler rather than a boxer, because he doesn't care no matter the height of the opponent he's stepping into the ring with. He goes out there and gets the job done, and he's always very clinical about it. Let's just hope that the man in red here, that Sulaiman Adeyeri, can really sustain what he started in the first round.
All he needs to do is go in and then keep those hands flying. It's not just a matter of going in alone, but when you go out, when you go in there, the hands must be busy too. That is what will bring you the points.
Right, that's the end of the second round, ladies and gentlemen. We're really looking real strong, real hot here, and big excitement is going on here. And I must say at this moment that these two boxing clubs we are seeing out in the ring are not, really familiar with them. But then if you look at what the two guys are doing out there in the ring, I must say that their coaches have really done a great work in getting these guys into this shape. What I still have with me at the ringside here, Fred Edore. Fredo, what can you say? This is the last fight of the evening. Tumise going up against Adeyeri Sulaiman, the man who's trying to instill and impose himself on his opponents.
Obviously, the hardest bout, the most interesting of the night, of course, is a 60 kg, and the man in blue, of course, has longer reach, he has great footwork, and he's trying to actually impose himself. But of course, the man in red is not letting go. Let's look at how it's going to happen. This is perhaps the final round, and let's see what's going to come out of it.
Well, Trigo, if you look at the way Sulaiman is being cautioned here incessantly by the referee, don't you think that might just affect his standing when you look at the scorecard? Because I can't count the number of times he's been cautioned by the referee.
It will not affect him. So far, there has been no deductions from his tally.
A great right there. A great right there coming from the man in red. I saw that right. It was a fantastic punch, and it actually connected.
Yeah, but it isn't like it was a legitimate punch. Otherwise, by now, you should be getting the count. It wasn't a legitimate punch. You could see that would have given him a standing count.
But I just hope that, I think what he needs to do right now is just going for the kill. Because I saw that right, it was a great one there, and the man actually wobbled. But probably the referee didn't see it the way I saw it. I'm not the official, it's on my call to decide the kind of punch.
Not properly delivered, otherwise you should have counted.
That's right, I'm not. All right, then, let's see the way it goes. We are approaching the tail end of this fight, ladies and gentlemen. The tail end of the 30th edition of the Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame Championship. And what we are seeing right now is a 60 kg contest between Sulaiman Adeyeri and Abdullahi Taufik. Which way is it going to go? Is it going to go the way of Sulaiman,